So I know that I said that the last colorway was so good, which they were, but are these even better? I mean, come on, these are fucking awesome. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on the Jordan 2-3 or 2x3, or can we call these the Jordan 23? If there's a space in between the 2 and the 3? No. Okay, so then what do you call them?
I call them the 2/3.
That's right. Whatever they're called, this is them, and it's in the white cement colorway. So we've done 2 videos on this shoe already. We did the white and red and the white and black, both simple and amazing colorways. This one, I'm not sure if it's the best one. When I look at it, I think so immediately because I have a weird affinity for gray. I think it's just like the old man in me. You might disagree, I'm not sure. But in case you missed those previous 2 videos, this is the box that they come in. Much like the shoe, they play on the 2/3 theme. So you've got the 2 box lid and then the 3 box base. Much like the shoe itself, where it's got the 2 on the top and the 3 on the bottom. And it's just cool, man. Like, this is a good hybrid, you know what I mean? Like, I know that they've done many hybrids in the past. They've all been decent, in my opinion, at least. Like, I love the Dub Zeros, the Spiz Ikes, 6 rings, stuff like that. Not the 2 trays, I don't like those. Let's not get me started on that one. So what we've got here, the Air Jordan 3 outsole. It looks gorgeous, man. I can't even say this enough. Perfection. It might not be the best performing outsole, even though it was pretty good. It's just simple, it's beautiful, it looks like the 80s. I just absolutely love it. Why it has Nike branding on there instead of Jordan branding, I mean, that's anyone's guess, but I'm not going to complain about it because it does look good. The midsole is very similar, if not identical, to the black colorway, and what I mean by that is the overall comfort. So the red pair had a very firm polyurethane midsole, the black pair had a very soft and squishy polyurethane midsole, and these, luckily, have the same thing. So again, it's polyurethane. In the forefoot is an encapsulated air sole unit, and then the heel is a visible air sole unit. And I know that a lot of people are sick of sail. I get it. I'm with you. Even though I'm not sick of it, I just think it looks good in certain instances. Like, it's like anything, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes things look good, sometimes things look bad. I think that this looks good. It speaks to me. And then the upper on these guys is fantastic. It's just like the previous 2 models where the materials are so nice. They really have no business being this nice on a shoe that's not a retro. If anything, the retros have no business having materials on them, when shoes like this that are not a true retro have good materials. So it's like a really weird, odd thing within its brand where it can't seem to figure out what should be premium and what shouldn't be. So again, the materials, very nice leather. I absolutely love it. One of the things that I think that they're getting away with is having the materials be the same across the entire thing. So they're not having to source multiple things. That's cheaper. So they're able to buy in bulk a lot of this leather and just kind of spread it across everything. You know what I mean? So I think that whatever they're doing with this shoe overall and its budget is really saving it. It's keeping everything really smooth and really clean. So far, they're doing that as well with the Jordan Spiz Ike Low. We'll see if they ruin that with too many things, too many colors, too many material options. In addition to the nice leather, we do have the lizard embossed leather on the back panel. This is an original feature for the 2. I think that it looks great. I love the original heel counter as well. It's one of the coolest features, I think, on the sneaker. The tongue is the one thing that's not good material. It's still that cheap, plasticky vinyl feeling tongue. Luckily, they don't fart, so that's one of the pluses. Like, whatever those other tongues rub against, like on an Air Jordan 13, it makes this annoying sound every time you take a step. That's not the case here. They're made a little bit differently on the inside, so there's no weird friction making a, you don't sound like SpongeBob walking around. But you still have the Air Jordan 2 overall aesthetics of the tongue, so the Wings logo's at the top. It's not quite as nice as the actual Air Jordan 2 where it's a rubberized piece, but it still looks nice nonetheless. The insole is this piece of shit right here, so you know, nothing fancy, nothing special. You can pull it out if you wanted to. I will say that the midsole itself is comfortable enough, in my opinion, to where I just leave them. But if you wanted to put in anything else, feel free. Just take it out before you start wearing it so that you don't heat up the glue and make it almost impossible to pull it out afterwards, unless you use the hairdryer trick where you heat up the glue and then pull it out. That's usually the only way to do that once it's bonded. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. I will say they feel a little bit narrow every time I put them on until I start to really break them in. One area that's been giving me some problems is right here where the toe rand and the quarter panels start to meet. And it's only on the black pair. I don't have the same problem on other pairs, but for whatever reason, there's something in there. I think it's just all the extra layering and stitching just presses into the top of my foot and it hurts a little bit. It does break in, but it takes some time and sometimes it's annoying. So if you have a narrow foot, go true to size. These will probably probably be perfect for you. If you have a wide foot, first off, try them on. Second off, I'd probably steer clear of these altogether. And if you have a normal foot, again, try them on in store. True to size should be good for most. You could probably go up half a size if you really needed to, but you might have some flopping action in the heel. Some people don't care about that when it's a casual shoe, but some people do. It just depends on what you need. With all that being said, what's today's question of the day?
When it comes to the world of nerdom.
Nerdom, like fandom?
Yes. In film, games, and TV, would you rather see new IPs or sequels for the rest of your life? Also, how do you feel in general about the state of the industry?
So we're talking about Hollywood?
Basically, like
Okay.
games, like how many different Mario Brothers things can you make?
Okay, well, that's a loaded ass question.
Superheroes, like, you know, they're constantly going back to the comic books. Like, how often is it a brand new?
Well, let's start with the movies first.
Okay.
Factually, there's more original movies being made today than ever before in Hollywood history. It's simply a fact. Are there a lot of reboots, remakes, and sequels? Yes. And unfortunately, those are the ones that all of the people gravitate towards, which is why they keep making them. They're the ones that make the money. They're the reasons why they make all the other original pictures that get no love, because without all of the revenue coming from those big blockbusters, there's not enough to make all the other stuff. So if we're just talking facts, Hollywood produces more original content than ever before in its history today, period. But the public really focuses on the stuff that they know, which is why they keep reusing it. Remind you of anything? Just saying.
But which would you prefer?
I like the mix of both. Like is it simpatico? Like it's symbiotic. You can't have one without the other.
Sure you can.
No, you can't.
You can have new stuff,
And then go broke.
but if that's all there is to offer, because
And
that's
then people don't watch it, and then they go broke.
No, not if that's all there is.
If all you're putting out is stuff that people don't want, they're not coming to get it.
You think that the movies would just
I don't
phase out of our
I don't
lives?
think that they would die, because they would have to really focus on making every new project great. And that's the problem. And even then, a lot of Hollywood's greatest films are based off of pre-existing IP, whether it's comic books or novels or something else. You know what I mean? Like it's all based off of books.
I don't think that's the question, though.
I'm just saying that it's symbiotic. You do need one to have the other.
I'm just saying, like, a movie being based off a book doesn't mean that they're using, in my brain, a prior IP. Like, it's still
a pre-existing IP.
But
it's quite literally the definition.
I don't think so. I'm more so being like, how many different times can I watch Superman
I understand.
with a different actor?
No, I understand that, okay? But I'm just saying, and if we look at Superman, there's not a lot.
I know, I just picked a
character
at
I know,
random.
but I'm just saying, there's not a lot. There's more.
Turtles.
There's more There's not even a lot of those. There's what, 4?
There's
the
cartoon versions, and there's movie versions.
That's different.
No.
TV and film are different. They are. They're in 2 separate categories. They have 2 separate budgets. They have 2 separate studios. They also have 2 separate ceremonies. When we're talking about like the Oscars and like the Emmys, like they're two separate things.
So at the end of the day,
I think that one needs the other. I mean, that is the simple answer to the question. I know it's not the best answer to the question, but it needs it. However, as a nerd, what gets me in a movie theater seat is this stuff. Like, I don't really watch original films unless they're already on TV or something, or unless it's something that's so interesting, like Oppenheimer, I don't know how to say it, but like that's an original film based off of not technically a pre-existing IP, but
history.
Yeah, loved it. Stuff like that will get me into a theater if it's not stuff like this. But this is what I'm into, so when I see that they're making a live action whatever, I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see what they do with it. Are they going to ruin it? Is it going to be amazing? Like, it's just one of those things. Gaming is something different. Gaming's a lot like this, where we can't come up with a brand new Mario Brothers, so let's make Mario Brothers All-Star for the 35th time. You know what I mean? And so, like, they're constantly, like, redoing the graphics and, you know what I'm saying? Like,
to
adding
go with
little
gaming,
things.
though, so when you're crossing, did you call it genres or
I said categories, but
categories?
yeah.
So like The Last of Us, do you feel like that show was just using?
Well, factually, yes. Okay, that's the thing. Like, you can't deny that it's pre-existing IP.
There are so many people though who decided to watch it.
I know,
not knowing that.
And that's the beauty of pulling from pre-existing IP, is because there's gems out there. You know what I mean? Where you have a built-in fan base, so that's one mark down, and then the pre-existing IP was so good. That's a multi-award-winning game for its storytelling, which is really rare. To have that, and then you translate it properly into a series, it's like a winning formula. Can you replicate that every time? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like Halo, people aren't like it, but it was pre-existing IP and you had a built-in fan base. That's the hardest thing to do, is to convince somebody to come out and buy into the product. And when you have a pre-existing IP used, you have a small portion of that already down.
Okay.
There just really isn't a way to argue it, because it's just factual, and that's how I feel about it.
What does everybody else feel about
What
it?
do you guys think about this? That's a loaded ass question.
I think it's just hard because it goes back to the whole, what is there, only truly 6 types of stories?
6 or 7 types of overall stories. I
Yeah.
don't remember what they were, but that's what you can tie in one of those things to every single piece of everything that's ever been written or created into film. And I don't think it's wrong either. That's the thing. Like, we're a species that really loves storytelling. We consume it on a regular basis, whether it's in any of those genres or categories. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And then American capitalism came in and was just like, hey, we could profit on all this shit. That's just the way of things, man. It's all symbiotic. You need it all. But sound off below. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Also, let us know if this is the best of the 3 colorways so far. And also, if you were to make one that looked just like this, okay, but you're just taking the gray and you're changing it to something else, what would be your ideal color?
Pumpkin orange.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be very nice. That'd be a great fall shoe. Keep it going down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for everything. We greatly appreciate you guys. We will see you on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.